Welcome to the Coach's Corner, right here at the Academy of Holy Angels Stars head football coach Jim Gunderson, fresh off a 60-6 shellacking over rival DeLaSalle last Friday night. His team put up 7 in the first quarter, 26 in the second, 21 in the third, 6 more in the fourth after yielding a touchdown in mop-up time to DeLaSalle. Jim, again, your defense has been amazing. The offense even better, all with Jack Anderson out of the lineup.
Yeah, I mean, the guys really stepped up in his place, and, we brought in a guy. We moved Tommy Shellstead to inside backer to kind of replace Jack, and then we brought in another safety, Mason Wolf, who wound up picking off their opening drive's pass. So, guys step up in his absence, and it was a good team victory.
It really was a good team victory, and I don't even know if you measure the first downs or not, but I don't think DeLaSalle had a first down, maybe one in the first quarter and a couple in the fourth. Between there, it was just shut down defense for your team across the board.
Yeah, I mean, the defensive line is, again, kind of the talk of it is they're really, occupying the offensive line, and Jason Miller has just been kind of the anchor up front in the middle of the lineup, and Alex Gillard is just on a tear. I mean, he's getting dive plays, chasing down toss plays. I mean, he's just an explosive player.
Look at these numbers on the offensive side of the ball. I mean, so obviously I mentioned Jack Anderson not being there on either side of the football, and the defense responded impressively, as you mentioned there, and it all started up front. But from a rushing perspective, your team gained 301 total yards. You averaged 7.9 per carry. You picked up 3 touchdowns on the ground. On top of that, you had 72 yards from Rook Rowe, 62 from Heimbold. That's the first game he hasn't led your team in rushing. Thomas Shellstead had 52 yards. Alex Knoll had 52 yards. And Jason Krause had 50. What balance? And you have to look at that and say, you know what? We have some serious depth here at this football team.
Yeah, I mean, last year we kind of set out our goal being to develop a lot of depth, and that's what led to us returning a lot of guys with experience this year, and it's paying off. I mean, it's not the first time any of those guys has played varsity outside of Alex Knoll, and it's good to see that it doesn't matter who's getting the ball. We're just gonna, when my number's called up, I'm gonna do the job just like anybody else.
Well, it was kind of nice too on the kicking game to see you go with the 1-2 punch. You, of course, had the deep kicker, and then you brought in Sanchez for the extra points. How were you with how that worked between those two, with Rukavina and Sanchez?
We've developed in those guys. Rukavina's got a really big leg, and he's much better from the long distance. His accuracy actually improves the further back he goes, where Aaron Sanchez, his first night kicking, he's kind of our chipper, and Rukavina's our driver, so it's kind of nice.
Well, that's great. So then when you look forward to this next football game, you've got crosstown rival. It's your homecoming against the Richfield Spartans. I believe they won last year at the Academy of Holy Angels in the, what do you call it, the tracks? What do we call that again?
Yeah, it's the tracks. That's a tradition. Whichever team is away walks the tracks down to the other school, which is separated by about 4 blocks. So it's the tracks game.
And you have the traveling trophy as well. You're 4-0 right now, looking to go 5-0 this upcoming weekend. Jack Anderson, you going to keep him out again, or is he going to suit up?
Yeah, we're evaluating that as we go. I mean, he's cleared, and probably could have been cleared for last game, but obviously we want 100% Jack, down the stretch than, an 80% Jack maybe the rest of the way. So, it's more of a precautionary thing. It's really not a major issue at all, but we're trying to be smart about his health and the health of the team moving forward.
Well, and we will certainly watch that. And then when you look forward the following week, you have a very impressive fun contest against Benilde St. Margaret's. Can't wait to cover that one on the Catholic Sports Network. That's going to be fun at Benilde St. Margaret's, a rematch of the section final last year. 2 teams that are proven to be among the top teams in the Class 4A, but you can't look ahead. How do you keep the kids focused and tuned up on the job and the task at hand with the Richfield Spartans?
Well, it's just about getting better every single day, and you can't you can't waste your time looking behind or ahead because it just bogs you down. We just got to live in the present. And, anytime it's homecoming, the whole community comes back and kind of puts in the bigger picture that you represent Holy Angels, and it's all about star pride and honoring everybody who's played before you and will play in the future. But it's just about keeping focus on getting better every 10 minutes, every period of practice each day, and then just playing the play each game.
Well, the kids are certainly doing that. It's been a lot of fun watching them improve and evolve throughout the season, Jim. And I appreciate your time here to talk about the upcoming week and last week's game. We'll catch up with you again next week for another Coach's Corner as we'll talk about that Richfield affair.
All right. Thanks a lot, Pete.
You bet. My pleasure. Jim Gunderson, the Academy of Holy Angels. This was the Coach's Corner right here on the CatholicSportsNetwork.org.